North County's commuter train Sprinter hasn't run since early March after state inspections found its brakes were non-compliant. Now the North County Transit District, or NCTD, in charge of the train is under further scrutiny after several audits reveal alarming concerns over security, maintenance, and transportation for the disabled. Brad Racino of iNewsSource joins me with new details uncovered in his ongoing investigative reports of NCTD. Brad, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Now, your most recent investigation revealed a number of problems at North County Transit District. Tell us what some of the top ones are.
Well, to recap, this all started out with looking into security, and we found a number of problems with the oversight of the security officers. Then the Sprinter shutdown happened, and that had to do with maintenance and oversight there. We found problems in turnover internally in upper management and NCTD. We also found some questionable consulting things that were done. So those were the main ones.
A lot of red flags. And now the apparent problems of these problems actually affect thousands of North County Transit users. For instance, tell us a little bit about this Sprinter being shut down. How has that impacted commuting and traveling and these riders?
Well, the Sprinter shut down, as you know, on March 9th, and what NCTD has done is instituted a bus service replacement. Those buses, even by NCTD's own admission, do not run nearly as well on time. They have to deal with traffic. It's affected a lot of people, but that shutdown came because of a state inspection that found faulty brakes and faulty brake rotors, I should say.
In the North County Transit District's Executive Director, Matt Tucker, he actually has outsourced several of these jobs, and one of the main concerns is what happened when he outsourced Lyft. Tell us what Lyft is and what happened.
Sure. Lyft is the district's paratransit service. That's a word that just means that it's for mainly disabled passengers, also elderly, but it's for people who can't navigate the public transportation system. What happened with that was they gave it to a private company called ALC in 2011. Last summer they had an internal audit done of the Lyft service, and it came back with a lot of findings, a lot of bad service things that they found. One was that they were stranding disabled passengers at their work centers hours early, picking them up hours late. Dispatchers' attitudes were horrible. There was a number of issues with this outsourcing, with this service.
And the problem with leaving the disabled stranded at their jobs, part of the problem is those facilities had to stay open longer. So it had this trickle-down effect.
Right. They had to keep staff on hand, otherwise it was a liability. So they had people that would have to show up hours early and stay hours late after work to make sure these people found their rides and got home safe.
And for the general population, for the riders, security was also outsourced. As you said, this sort of started off the whole thing. What happened there?
Yeah, security has been outsourced for a long time. What happened, though, is apparently over many, many years, there's been no one watching over the contracts and no one actually going in and looking at these officers and their training files and seeing that they're prepared to do the job that North County is paying millions of dollars each year for them to do. What we found was that the vast majority of them didn't know, of the officers didn't know how to respond to very common things every day, or also major emergencies.
We talked to Matt Tucker here. You were with us, and he denied any problems when it came to the brakes. What did he say about this outsourcing, about these new problems that have surfaced?
Well, we had a long discussion a few days ago as far as the Lyft audit that I brought up, and in the audit it said the main problem was the turnover within North County. He seemed to think that the audit didn't say that. He found fault with a lot of the things that we've been saying, but he stands by the outsourcing. He's always stood by it. And it did, in the beginning, save the district from some financial peril. They were looking at a very bad situation coming up.
There's some contracts that were also $1.7 million in contracts that were also, I guess, awarded without board approval. Tell us a little bit about those.
Sure. As an executive director, Matthew Tucker has the authority to approve contracts up to $100,000. What we found was that during his first 4 months at the job, he had approved $1.7 million to 13 different consulting agencies and people. A few of those were his colleagues that we found up in San Jose. I asked him about this the other day, and he said to imply that there is any conflict of interest would be malicious and defamatory. But that's what we found.
Who provides oversights for those contracts?
Well, they now have a former accountant who is now their contractual oversight. I don't know his exact position, but he has been doing compliance reviews and monitoring, and I think they've just hired a couple more people. So they're hiring people as time goes by to take a look at these things.
Yesterday, the NCTD board met, and what happened? You were at that meeting.
couple things happened. That was they met publicly after they had an internal review of Matt Tucker's performance. They came out. Bill Horn said nothing but great things about Tucker. Said anybody that has any criticism about him doesn't know what they're talking about. Then they spent about 10 minutes going over a PowerPoint on our last story on the Sprinter allocation of funding. They said that it was not true. They had their auditor come in and actually take a look at it. They provided the audit report to the public. But funny thing is, when we got out of that meeting, I went through the audit report and saw that it didn't actually talk about any of the studies that we mentioned. I called the auditor and he confirmed that he actually never looked at any of the studies that we brought up in the story.
Okay, and just a sidebar on that meeting, Matt Tucker was also up for about a $250,000 increase in his salary. Did you hear anything about that?
No. His salary would be increased too. That was supposed to happen last December.
Okay.
We don't have an actual number for how much he gets paid because they won't tell us.
Yeah, they took it off their website, I understand. So, all right, Brad Racino, thank you very much. And I want to let folks know that they can see your entire report, your investigative reports on North County Transit District at kpbs.org/transit. Thanks again.
Thank you.